The bluegill ate one. Oh, the bluegill ate two. Hello everyone and welcome to the next tank update. If all goes well, you should be seeing Bonnie and our crawfish named Red added to the tank by the end of this video. So today we're going to talk a little bit about some gadgets and things that you can get for a tank that'll really help you out. And we're going to start off with talking about a really cheap one that I love, and it's lighting for the cabinets. And I spend a lot of time on my back up under these cabinets dealing with plumbing, you know, checking things out, and the sump. So one thing I recommend getting, and I've got a link down in the description, are Pluck Lights. They're really inexpensive. They come with a little remote control. You can cut them on just by hitting the power button. You can change colors, which looks pretty cool at night, to green or blue, you know. So pretty cool, inexpensive way of lighting up your aquarium. And most of the time we just leave it on the bright white lights because I'm doing things up under there. That's one cool thing. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of current in here for these fish. And by current I'm talking about wave makers or power heads or anything like that. So this is a really cool design, and whoever engineered this, I give them 2 thumbs up, because I was looking for a wave maker, but if you look at our tank, the way it's designed is you don't have any room for cords or cables to be coming in through the outside of the tank. It was built to overflow there and have no wires coming down into the tank. And 99%, matter of fact, I haven't found another brand besides Vortec that is wireless. And it's a really cool design in the fact that the power head, which is actually the fan part, is on the inside, and there's a magnet that's on the back side that powers it. Look at Sheriff right here. He thinks it's feeding time. He's getting ready to eat. But there's a magnet that powers it that sticks on the outside, so that way it keeps all of your cords on the outside of the aquarium. And that was something that was really important for us, because I've heard of situations where after a couple years, these less expensive ones, they become faulty and they'll actually start leaking current into the water because they got a wire that overhangs down into the water. So Liz and I are going to install these, and we're about to put some current in here for these guys. Sorry guys, I talked about them but I didn't show them to you. These are called Pluck Lights, and they're directional, so you can point them in any direction you want to, and they just use a little sticky strip to stick up there, up on the top of your cabinet. Alright, Milo's here to assist us. We just got the first, and Liz, we just got the first one installed, and we're about to hook it up. This is what you see on the inside. It's got that little foam housing to keep any fish or minnows or anything from getting in there inside the propeller. And then it's magnetized to where the motor portion of it sits on the outside. It's got a little controller. You can change the speed, ramp it up, ramp it down. Liz is about to cut it on. Yeah, we may need to cut the speed down a little bit because Clyde's sitting right in front of it. This ought to tell us what he thinks about it. Here comes a hurricane, Clyde. Alright, Liz is about to cut it on now. Just cranking up. It is on. He's definitely checking it out. He's saying, ah, current. It's been a long time, my friend. And now it's blowing him away. Oh, Liz got it going now. So what, are we all the way up? Is that max speed, Liz?
Not yet.
Not yet? Oh, there we go, max speed. Look at it blowing the ball. So this thing will definitely crank it up. Alright, turn it down a little bit, Liz. You got tumbleweeds blowing everywhere. Alright, so we'll have to look at him. He's enjoying it. He's swimming in it. So we'll have to adjust our speeds. But that right there is what you want. You want it to blow that dust and all that sediment that settles down there on the bottom. Look at it. It's blowing right up there, and guess what? It's going to get sucked down in the filter and filter out. So this is something that I would definitely recommend to keep the flow and keep everything moving inside your aquarium. I think the fish are going to like it. Alright guys, so we got the MP40s, and they also made an MP60, which was a higher flow rate, but what we wanted to do is go down in flow rate and get 2 of them, one on each side of the aquarium. Look at how good stuff's flowing over here, and look at how stagnant stuff is over here. You see how stable that is compared to the flow over here. So even though we've got that on the lowest setting, we wanted to keep everything flowing and not just blow it to one side. Alright, so we just installed this wave maker on the right side. Hopefully it doesn't blow our bonsai tree over. Liz, about to hook it up for us. And let's put it on a lower setting. Alright, it's kicking out some bubbles.
It's on low.
It's on the low setting. Alright, good. It's not blowing the bonsai tree over, so that's perfect. So now we got good flow coming out of it, across the top of the tank, one on the left, across the bottom. And the bluegill's running around eating the grass. That means it's time to eat. We're about to feed them now. Alright, next up, we are going to install a magnet cleaner. A lot of you guys have probably seen these in aquariums before. The one thing about these are, in order to go through acrylic this thick, 3/4 of an inch, you have to get an extremely powerful magnet.
So these are Magnivore magnets, and we had to get the Magnivore because we needed it to go through 3/4 inch acrylic. And so we've also taken an extra step here. They come with this cloth, and I've taken an extra step and put a microfiber cloth on both sides as well. Since we're dealing with acrylic, we don't want it to scratch. And so I've cut them down to size.
Just a quick note, if any of you guys buy this, there's extreme hazard with this because they say if you ever get your finger in between the magnets that you're not going to get it out. It's going to require...
Yeah, so also don't get them near any electronics. They can mess up your electronics because magnets are so strong. And if you ever do put them together, you'll have to send them into the company to let them pull them apart because they're so strong.
These things are powerful, folks. So no electronics, no fingers nearby. I'm going to put my side in right here, and Liz is going to start off 6 inches below. There you go. Now start going up from right there. And we ought to start come out a little bit towards me. Right there. There we go. I'm feeling some...
There it went.
There we go. Much better. So we're centered. Let's test it out. Yeah.
And you always want to be careful if you get anywhere near the bottom so that you don't get any gravel. So we'll probably stay a good, 2 inches or so, and then just hand.
That's the worst case scenario, getting some of that gravel in between this and your acrylic, and then you're just scratching as you go along. Alright folks, Liz just brought in a piece of mail, and I have an idea. I know what this is, but I'm going to open it up with you all. And let's see. Yep, it is a message from Susan, the CEO of YouTube, and it's saying congratulations for hitting 100,000 subscribers. So we actually did this around, I don't know, maybe 8 months ago, but it takes them a little while to process this. So this should be the play button. Yep, that's exactly what it is. So guys, I want to take a moment and say thanks to every one of you. We really appreciate the support over all the years. It took us a while to get to 100K, but you guys that have been with us for all these years, my hat's off to you. Liz?
Love you guys.
That's right, we appreciate all the support. Our cat Lily appreciates all of your support, and so does Clyde and Sheriff. Alright, so now what you guys have been waiting to see, but we have a special treat for Clyde and the Sheriff today. Take a look at that. Tiny goldfish. That's what's on the menu. Let's see how they react. So I really want to get this feeding captured from multiple angles and see how cool we can make this look. I'm going to mount a GoPro up here on the top, facing down to get the overhead shot. We're going to pull out the tripod here and set the camera up right in front of them. Hopefully they don't get too camera shy, but the way these two have been eating, I really doubt they will. Standing in the left corner, we have Clyde, weighing 15 ounces, soaking wet, measuring in at 12 inches long. Standing in the right corner, we have the Sheriff, weighing in at 1.1 pounds. It's time to eat. Alright, we're all set up. We got the GoPro mounted at the top view. We got this one set up here. We're about to feed them. Alright, we're going to start off with a worm, just to get them active. Alright, we're about to dump a couple of them in. Let's see what happens. That didn't take long. So Clyde here ate him up. Looks like he's looking for some more. We got orange scales. Alright, here we go. We got round 2, 1 goldfish. Alright, Clyde's eating 3 goldfish. The sheriff's eating a couple worms, but it just doesn't feel right letting these two have all the fun. Now it's time to finally bring Bonnie, Clyde, and Sheriff all in the same tank together, and then we may try to do another goldfish feeding. I'm not sure if Bonnie's going to want to eat after being introduced to a new tank right away, but it's time to put her and Red. We haven't seen Red in the last few days, but I'm pretty sure he's still in the tank. But now it is time to move them over. Alright, so we got Bonnie, Clyde, and the Sheriff, all 3 just hanging out back there in the back up under the tree. They don't know what's going on with the new fish coming in the tank. They're probably going to take a little while to get used to each other, so now is probably a perfect time to put Red, our crawfish, in. Go ahead and let him get inside of his house and hide while all of these are a little bit spooked. So we're about to go on the hunt for Mr. Red. Alright, it's been a few days since we've seen Red. We're about to check the house for him. There's a strange missing claw right there. We don't know if he's molted, if that's an old crawfish claw. We put several of them down in here one time for feeding, and the bass ate some of them, but Mr. Red survived and he got really big. So we're about to check his house, see if he's in here. Oh, 2 crawfish under there. Look at him. Oh, he's lost his claws. That's what it is. Yep. Look at there. There's his old shell. Look, Mr. Red is no longer Mr. Red. He's molted. That's definitely him, though. Look at how big he's gotten. Guys, this is really cool. So I spotted one of Red's claws over here on the other side of the tank. And then once we lifted the house up, there's another crawfish in here. We're going to call him Red Jr. maybe. But Red has lost his big claws. But he's molted out of his old shell. And you can see there's the claw right there. And there's his old shell. So I guess we're going to go ahead and put both of these in the new tank. We got Red and Red Jr. Red Jr. doesn't look like he's molted yet. Alright guys, this is pretty cool. We got a new crawfish that we had no idea was still living in the tank. So we're going to call this Red Jr. We're putting him in the house first. We're going to insert him straight into the house. Whoa, whoa, back up, back up, back up. Clyde's coming out. Alright guys, I'm going to try to save him. I didn't do a great job of putting him in the house. So I'm going to try to save him and get him over there. Ooh, we better do it quick. Clyde is on the hunt. Alright, so I dropped Red Jr. a little prematurely, and he didn't quite make it into the house. Clyde came storming over. Right now he's hiding inside of this house, which that's okay, as long as he can take a little bit of shelter. He's probably sitting up under, right in that little tunnel there. So now it is time to bring the old Red out, and we definitely have to put him in the house because he doesn't have any claws now. Alright guys, that's pretty incredible. That's our crawfish Red right there, and you can see he doesn't have either one of his pincher claws. And that's because I guess he's in the molting state. So, but he's alive and well. We're about to drop him in and see if, look at. We also have Bonnie and Clyde in there for the first time. That's the first time they've been reunited in the new tank. They're hanging out. Hopefully they don't eat Mr. Red. Uh-oh, he's in the lion's den over there. He shot backwards. I think they're going to be alright because so much has been going on in the tank. I don't think that the fish are going to eat right at the moment. Alright folks, I've been watching them for about an hour. They're all just seems like having fun. Bonnie's loving this new little jet stream over here that she's got. She probably hadn't seen current in a long time. She's been hanging out in front of it. Bluegill and Clyde are roaming around. We got one of the small crawfish. Yeah, he's back there in the corner. He came out of the house. Luckily he hasn't gotten eaten yet. But I'm going to do one more quick little feeding tonight. Alright, now we are going to finish up the night with 3 goldfish for the 3 amigos. The bluegill ate one. Oh, the bluegill ate 2. Sheriff is a savage. Look at, there's one left. Clyde's eyeing him. Clyde's eyeing him. Oh, it's going to be a battle. Oh, the sheriff ate all 3 of them. Can you believe that? The bluegill just ate 3 goldfish. That is unbelievable. I would have never in a million years guessed that the bluegill could have ate 3 goldfish in one sitting. Especially out from under 2 bass. That is incredible. Our sheriff is a savage. I guess you have to be to live with Bonnie and Clyde. Alright folks, and as if tonight was not enough surprise for you, we have one final surprise. Take a look at this guy right here. Let me swap these lights over so we can get a good look at him. This is a half-grown frog. It's a tadpole slash frog. It's already gotten its first 2 legs. It's halfway developed its last 2 legs. And it has almost made its way into becoming a frog. So we have no choice but to introduce this to the new 300-gallon tank. And the deal that I'm going to make with this little guy is if he makes it into a frog, we're going to release him. But while he's still a tadpole, he's still fair game. So we're about to put him in the big tank and just see what happens. Alright, so we're about to dump the Tadpole Frog into the tank. May luck be on your side, buddy. He survived. Sheriff was the only one that went after him, and he made it. He's back there in the back corner. The bass are still wondering what the bass are still wondering exactly what just got dropped into the tank, but he is alive. Guys, I'm just going to be honest. I thought Bonnie and Clyde were too bad little bass, but this little guy right here, Sheriff, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like him. He's already attempted to eat worms. Look at him. He's ready to eat right now. Oh, I didn't even see it. Oh, he's trying to eat the frog. Uh-oh, this could be bad news. You don't want to panic. You don't want to panic, frog. Just settle down. Settle down. Oh no. He's got the attention of the bass now. You have to stay still, buddy. I'm actually rooting for this frog because Liz has always been against feeding our bass frogs. She told me we never could do it, but in this one circumstance, she allowed me to put it in the tank because it was a tadpole slash frog. So that's the only reason I was able to put it in the tank. But I have no idea if it's going to survive past the night with these 3. Alright guys, I planned on doing some more aquascaping stuff. We were going to add the dragonstone, take out the pirate ship and all the decorations. I had the stone and the bridge this video, but we kind of got carried away on feeding. But I tell you guys what, if this video gets 2,000 likes, we will start a new weekly tank episode, and we'll call it Tank Tuesdays. And what we'll do is we'll put out a new video every Tuesday of these bass. Now that we've got Bonnie, Clyde, and Sheriff, we've got Red and Red Jr. hanging out inside the house, and then we got a new frog, which if he survives, I'll be happy to let you guys name him. So yeah, matter of fact, if this little guy survives, the half tadpole, half frog, you go ahead and tell us what you want us to name him and leave that comment down in the description. But if this video gets 2,000 likes, we'll start a Tank Tuesday, and we will release a video every Tuesday showing some sort of feeding or new aquascaping or whatever we have going that week with this tank. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you all next time.
Bonnie and Clyde were pretty looking people, but I can tell you people, they were the devil's children.